Hello, everybody. This is Ian again, CEO at We Offer Wellness, and I feel like I'm on holiday. Not really though.
Yeah.
But look, we have Nicholas today, but I want you to introduce yourself, tell us who you are and where you are at the moment, please.
Hello, everybody, and thank you, Ian, for inviting me to this brilliant enterprise. I am Nikolas. I am located in Greece, and I mainly work with energy healing, and I provide courses on spirituality, meditation, all that kind of fun stuff. And I'm really excited to get this going with you.
Hey, look, nowhere near as excited as we are to have you with us. And we actually found you on Instagram and we kind of saw the imagery and what came through your description just seems so passionate about what you do, a real genuine authentic love for this world that many of us are in. So can you tell us a little bit about energy healing, how you got into it? How did this happen for you?
Well, basically, it kind of started on its own because as a child, I had too many experiences that I couldn't quite explain with physical terms. So I was always speaking with this metaphorical, spiritual language, and people would not understand me. And I said to myself, okay, this is something that is happening to me. It's not such a common experience, so I have to look into it. And all of a sudden, I found myself starting to meditate. I don't know how it began, but it's like something was awakened inside me, calling me to explore that there is so much potential inside, beyond, above us, that we are not alone, and there is beauty in it. I say to many of my students that the world of energy is a beautiful world because it can provide you an experience that is very unique in this life. It can transcend the limitations that the brain opposes, which means that your consciousness can be free. There is this potential that the human mind experiences like constant blasts of inspiration, all these ideas and all these thoughts that run through us, which many times it seems as if it's something that bothers us, we cannot tame this rush, but the key is to understand that you don't have to control it, you have to flow with it. And that the beautiful thing is that your mind is a safe space where you can explore all the ideas, how something will make you feel. You can just put the circumstances that you want, that you think of, that you dream of, and see a reality before you manifest this reality. So you can know beforehand if this reality will be good for you, if it will suit you, or if it will provide some benefits for other people as well. It's literally a field of infinite possibilities. So you can do whatever you want before you actually do something. And the most wonderful thing is that no one has to ever know about this. So no one can judge you, no one can blame you. You are free to be who you are, to do what you want. And then you are free to choose what of these things you will bring in the reality. I am really passionate. Growing up in Greece, I've lived all my life, almost all my life here. These are not popular things in my country, and especially in the place where I live. The place where I live is called Loutraki. It's actually a very small city. We have 10,000 people, but it's a beautiful place with nature. It combines mountain and a great sea. We have a beach like this coast. I call it the small Miami, and it's very beautiful for vacation. but it didn't help me with all of this stuff. So I had to explore the world through the internet. And it was actually very helpful for me because I started actually doing something with energy work and spirituality. I started creating courses. What I do and what I say that I do is that I indulge myself in divine communication. The body is the vessel for the spirit, for the presence that we all are, which means that through this vessel, actually, to say it correctly, the vessel is here mainly for communication. All interaction between humans, if you think about it, is only communication. We communicate our thoughts, our ideas, our emotions, our will. Everything is part of a communication. So why not bring the divine into this?
It's wonderful, Nicholas. Um, in the future, we're going to go hoping to do more expanded podcast type situations. And I think you would be absolutely ideal to go much deeper, more expansive.
Yeah.
I think your own journey comes across as being quite heroic and in the real sense, quite courageous as well. Um, do you draw much on I mean, you come from a place and a land of some great history, ancient history in terms of philosophy and spirituality. Have you been able to draw some of the best of that and bring into your own practice so that when somebody comes to you, they can get a flavor and a taste of some of that ancientness about it?
I hope, I really hope, because it's a centerpiece in all of my ideology. You know, this place is called Greece, but if you ask us, we call it Hellas, the, the Hellenics. Uh,
Mm.
So this word, the Greeks, what is uh, what it actually means? It means the old. And you know, all of this great spirit that occupied ancient Greece is left in ancient Greece because we stopped being Hellenics and we became Greeks. Greeks is actually a name that um, we received during the time that Greece was occupied by the Turks when we were in the war with them. And it's kind of sad that this great spirit is left in ancient Greece because the word "las" is actually a translation for the place of light, which means that it's like the word that the Eastern world has the Buddha, which means enlightenment. The Hellenic was the word to describe the enlightened people. So I really hope that all this inspiration can come through this work
Yeah.
and that all people will find this enlightenment within them. There was a phrase that was told often by ancient Greeks, and it was very commonly used by Alexander the Great, who said that he who is not Hellenic is a barbarian. He was talking literally with the etymology of the word that he who is not enlightened is a barbarian. Because if we do not act with the light, the divine light that exists in all of us, we act with animalistic behaviors, which means that we are barbarians. It's not so much of borders and nations. And if we come in this perspective that we start seeing through the light, then we will start seeing clearly.
Nicholas, this is great. I really hope people come into We Offer Wellness and find you. I think having, you know, an experience with you, registering with some of your courses would be quite an interesting and fascinating process, and let's get more of this into the world because you are the new all
Yeah,
those great historians. You're moving forward with this, and you're there and you're nicely placed. So look, um, we can't do any more today, but let's really, people, come in, find Nikolas, look for energy healing. If you're happen to be going to Greece, then check him out. If not, it is online as well. But make a connection, have an experience, and go deeper into yourself with the guidance of Nikolas, which I think will be an absolutely fantastic thing to do. So, Nikolas, thank you ever so much. Really, really appreciate this. And when we get these wider podcasts, we will most definitely get you back in for that. Okay.
yeah, I could wait for that. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
very much.
Have a
Great to have you with us. All right. Take care.
bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Bye bye.